Whoa, people are like here already. Dang. I got some note cards here so we can write our names on them.
Yes.
So that people will know who's fronting. Oh, here's a pen. Hi, welcome in everybody.
Hello.
Wow, already 12. That jumped from 5 to 12. Nice. Hi, welcome.
I suck, but that's okay.
Kay and Liberty.
What's up, my dudes?
We're doing good. Waking up on this morning. We were up till like 4. It was great.
It was awesome. The littles had a lot of fun doing that last video.
That Bean Boozled was the bomb. Nice. Our old streams. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we haven't done a stream in a couple months here, so I figured we were just about due for another one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you ordered the hat? Yes, I'm glad it reached you. We've been working on a lot more System Pride gear for System Pride because that's coming up really soon here. We're hoping to be able to put out some gloves this year.
Yes.
Which we are pretty psyched about.
And also, we will soon to be having sketchbooks on our Etsy shop. And these, in particular, I can make them without, but these ones have tea-stained pages, which make the book look really old, and it makes it sound really cool, and it smells like pretzels.
Which is awesome. Yeah, I haven't been around in a hot second, and yeah, I was taking kind of a break from fronting after the summer because I got so burnt out by that. It was wild.
Is there going to be another Aetherian lesson? That's going to be at our meetup in June. So we will definitely be at least videotaping that.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to come to June, to our meetup in June, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, so it will be posted on the channel too, so yes, there will be. Greetings from Argentina. Hey. Hey, there's Wolf System. Nice. 5-ish year dormancy. That is a mood.
Yeah, for real.
We've been having a lot of that recently. Like, a lot of alters coming out of, like, deep dormancy and being like, oh my gosh, we have, like, 3 cats now. What happened?
Yes.
The conference, the Healing Together one, we can't make it this year, unfortunately. We
Just
both have
can't.
work.
Yeah, and we can't afford it.
Yeah.
But we will be having our own meetup. So the meetup's going to be in June. The information, I think, is in the description, right?
Yeah, it should be. It's been in the description of our last video, too.
Last 3 or 4 videos. Miss you. But we have a bunch of stuff planned for that. The fundraiser is for getting us to work because we hit a rough spot since our brother owes us $1,200.
Josh. Oh my gosh, we could tell the Josh story on this stream. Yeah, instead of making like a whole video about it, we could just, you know, cover the main points here. Because, oh my gosh, I feel like you guys need to be updated on this travesty that we lived through. That's Mage. Yep. She is a sweet baby.
Yes. Spill the tea.
Spill the tea. Yes.
She's being so nice.
She is. So yeah, Josh owes us about $1,500. That's a lot of money.
And so we are having this fundraiser to help us with everything because like after this month we'll be pretty set. We have tax returns coming in and we're doing more selling on our Etsy and we're kind of kicking into high gear with the stuff that we want to do, but as of right now things are pretty tight, so
a little bit.
yeah. So but yeah, so Josh is our brother and he came down here.
Yeah, we both have jobs.
Yeah, we both have jobs.
Working our buns off.
But he came down here to, I don't know, spend time with his kids, which was kind of BS because even when he spent time with his kids, he was asleep. Um, so
Ignored the kids.
Yeah, it's just like bad parenting. But he came here with his dog, and the dog destroyed the bedroom. And I'm not talking like destroyed the bedroom like furnishings. I'm talking about tore the carpet off the seams in 3. He ripped it in 3. So there are staples sticking out of the door frame. We gave him ultimatums like, hey, you need to go to therapy and get on medication because he punched a hole in the wall.
Punched a hole in the wall. The first night we spent here, we woke up to a crash of his fist going through our wall.
Yeah, so we told him that in order for him to stay here, he would have to go to therapy and get on medication because there's, other things that are going on with him. So he never did. He went to therapy, but he never filled out the paperwork.
So he had 1 session.
Yeah. And then he worked at the car wash job that we were at previously, which we physically couldn't do. It was kind of like destroying our body. So we quit, and he quit the same day, but we had a job and he didn't. So,
yeah, no job security.
Yeah. So he spent like a month and a half with no job. And it's just, like, we personally gave him about $1,200 if you add taxes onto that, because we're kind of petty.
No, the amount that we paid for him, because we were buying food and everything for his kids, because he couldn't afford to feed his kids, even though he had them over every weekend. And we tried to talk about, like, hey, if you could watch your kids at your ex's house, that would be nice, because we're personally extremely triggered by children being around. We kind of freak out because it's like, oh my god, children. Ugh, that was a bad time for us, so, like, that's scary.
Yeah.
And a dog. We're also triggered by dogs. Like, to the point of, like, kind of freezing because we don't want them to jump on us or attack us. Like, the past. So, like, yeah, it was just, we were kind of trapped in a trauma space for a good few months. Like, we couldn't even think clear enough to open our phone. We were in such a bad state, and we're still coming down out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty resentful, not gonna lie. We do not want Josh in our life anymore.
Yeah, so he was late on rent at one point. He was like $150 behind on rent, and then he didn't pay his utilities, and so we kicked him out. So, yeah.
New Year's Day. Well, he was gone before New Year's Day, and he left a giant mess in the kitchen for us to clean up.
Oh, yeah. So, we have Cash App if you guys don't want to donate to YouTube, because I don't know how secure that is. I've never donated on YouTube. We do have Cash App, and it's, oh god. I'm just gonna, you guys can read that.
We could also put that in the description after this is posted too.
We will definitely put it in the description. But yeah, so that's why we're in the financial situation we are. We're gonna be able to make rent this month, but left over like $100 for 2 weeks for both of us to get to and from work.
And food.
And things like that. So.
Oh, they take 30% of everything. That's lame.
They only took 0.26 last time I did it. So they only took like 26 cents out of $20. I don't know.
That's not too bad. Okay.
So
sometimes taxes aren't that bad.
But yeah, so if you guys want our like PayPal or anything, we'll leave that in the description after the video is posted. How's your sister?
Oh, her sister, she's doing really good. She's helping out a lot in her school, being active in clubs and stuff. She helped plan the school dance. She was in like a drag show. She is doing pretty good, getting through her senior year, and she's growing up. We dyed her hair like super purple again. Our nails are still a little tinted, That's not from their hair. This is from Jessica's.
Sorry, I'm just gonna turn the live stream on my phone so I can read the comments without like. Oh, there's a dog head. Where's the dog head?
Oh, I think it's the pug. It might have like.
Oh
There
yeah.
might be more on the side. Yeah, it's a pug mask. We've had that for a while. We didn't know where to put it, so it's covering up like a desk fan right now. It's a fan cozy. Oh my god, that is so cute. Their ESA is trying to teach their kitten to be an ESA as well. Yes. That is the most precious thing. I think Thick Boy was like kind of doing that with Mage, or like almost vice versa. They're kind of keeping each other in check. It's really cool to see these cats like interacting with each other. How do you deal with being broken up with because you have d.i.d? That happened to us this week. We were engaged, but not anymore. Oh my god.
I mean, we had Stacey trademark, but we kind of personally ended that out of like anger because she was kind of a trash fire. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, being broken up with because of d.i.d, we've experienced that from like a couple of singlets before. We dated one in like our freshman year of college. We got broken up with like the end of the first semester, right before finals. It was lovely. And yeah, it was weird. We had a lot of mixed feelings and a lot of people being like resentful at others. Oh my god, Josh is the new Stacey. He is. He was just as dirty. Like, we spent hours cleaning up after him, like hours, and it'd be trashed within like 2 hours. And we would just be sitting there like, wow, have you ever heard of the myth of Sisyphus? You know, the guy who rolls the rock up the hill just to have it fall right back down again? It was a mood.
Sorry, guys, I am not just ignoring everything that's happening. I'm just reading the comments, so that way, if you guys have any questions, we're able to answer, because when it comes up over here, it kind of appears and disappears really fast, because this is not the computer model.
X had OSDD1A, so that's even more confusing than they just told us that we can't deal with it and have 2 in our own head. Oh, that's rude. Yeah, we don't really know anybody with OSDD1A. We know a bunch of people with OSDD1B, but people with OSDD1A are like, yeah, pretty rare. At least in our circle, our inner circle, we haven't really encountered many, but we really hope to. We've seen a couple of channels for OSDD1A, but they're like a little bit inactive, so we're gonna check in on them and see. 'Cause I want to learn about that. That seems great.
Is your inner world the same, or have you discovered more recently?
So, the center of our planet is another planet, a smaller planet, and there's a lot there.
Yeah,
and
then for us, we have an entire island we didn't know about. So we probably have like 50 more altars that are like, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Grace flew her dragon across the stream, or not stream, it's like a river, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, planet. Yeah, a planet and a planet. It's wild. I totally missed something. Oh yeah, Anthony Padilha. Have you guys seen that Anthony Padilha is going to be interviewing people with d.i.d?
Yeah, yes. We saw that.
We would like to be a part of an interview like that. That would be super cool. Yeah, we were just reading some of the comments on that post, though, and it's just like some of the questions that people ask are a little bit surprising, so I hope that he, like, picks the good ones.
Yeah, for sure, and asks, like, what is okay to ask, because there's some things you just don't ask.
Yeah, there were some comments about, like, X-rated things in your life and that, and it's like, no, you shouldn't ask that. Put that planet in another planet and smash it with a hammer. Yes. Ooh, engagement broken up and got misdiagnosed with BPD. Oh man. We think that one of our friends we recently met had that happen too. So that's you are so not alone with that, and people with d.i.d. get misdiagnosed about like a million times all the time.
Yeah.
It's so uncool.
Do you like art? I mean, we're artists, so yes.
Oh my lord. He's also interviewing people with endogenic multiplicity as the same thing. That's not the same thing, though.
Nah.
Anthony Padilha, I hope you know what you're doing. Working to be a mental health advocate for my high school and to spread awareness and break stigma for all different mental health conditions. I have multiple, including d.i.d. Any advice? Let's see. Try to have a lot of like good comparisons to the media that you could use to break down stigma, because that's a really good way to reach out to people in like high school, is to kind of like know what they're into and know like references so that they could like really have it click in their minds.
Yes. Also, I have the comments here so we can read up close. Oh.
My gosh.
Let me up the brightness again.
Yeah, I'm still pretty blind. We got new glasses with some Christmas money, and they were off iBuyDirect for only like $20. So we can see again. It is amazing.
What are endogenic systems?
It's like people who have alters and no trauma.
Or believe they have no trauma. I'm not going to say much on that because there are probably people here who would disagree with our opinion. So we're just that's the definition.
We'd rather do a more structured video about that rather than like, you know, just saying whatever comes to mind, because, you know, we ramble a lot. Going on a trip to London with friends in a couple months, but 2 of them don't know about our d.i.d. Any advice for telling them?
Generally, when we tell people about our d.i.d, we direct them to like different YouTube channels, and we're like, hey, have you ever heard of this? And if they're like, yeah, I have, that's chill, or no, but that seems fake, like we just, you know, we dictate whether or not we're going to tell somebody by how they react to, hey, have you ever heard of this disorder? So that's our go-to. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, just like casually bringing it up in conversation, or if you get lucky, someone will start talking about the movie Split, and you can be like, hey, actually, guys, that's not the deal. Let's see, we want to start making videos, but are camera shy. Any advice? You don't have to show your faces in videos.
True.
There's lots of systems that do voiceovers, and then they draw like a little picture of themselves like talking. Oh my god, she just jumped on your lap. That's so cute. Or you could just do like pictures, overlays, text, whatever you'd really like. PowerPoints with voiceovers. There's plenty of ways to not show your face there.
What do you think about a kid starting d.i.d YouTube channel? We might want to. I'm not sure. I feel like it doesn't get a lot of coverage from like the younger side, but definitely be careful and maybe turn off your comments at least for a little while until you get nicely established, because there's some people that would like to there's a lot of hate that goes around, so just be cautious if you do go forward with that.
Yeah, people like to be real jerks, being like, oh, you're too young to know that, even though we were self-aware at age like 14, so I really think that the younger generation can have the possibility of knowing what's going on with themselves.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Baby.
Photobomb.
But yeah, definitely. You could absolutely rock the heck out of that. But take good care of yourself. We don't want anybody to get like, you know, trolled too bad.
Yeah.
Because that's the worst. Getting trolled is the flippin' worst. Experience with cover. You also like a Wattpad? Ooh, yeah, we do. We're just having difficulty reading on screens at the moment, but we do plan to get back into that and write more on there too. We're not going to stop at 2 chapters. There's a lot we could put on there.
Beep.
So what's your new altar count? Do you discover a lot of new altars now after a lot of them came back over the years? didn't really do a good count. I'd put us at probably like high 150s, low 160s, probably.
We're at least in the hundreds now, so
Joined in the triple digit squad. Hey. Yeah, it's wild. But it's not that bad. It's just like, you know, rediscovering altars again, like we've done in the past. Let's see, how is getting separate glasses prescriptions going? Yeah, we've got the new one so far, and we sent an email to the eye doctor asking to get multiple screenings done, but he didn't really get back to us. I think it was just a busy time, so we're just going to write another email and ask again. Are there any altars that do not like cats?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, we have some over here that prefer dogs, but, like, cats are the bomb.
Yeah, I don't think anybody of us doesn't like cats. Cats are like a really system-wide comfort thing for us. And we watched Mr. Robot? Ooh, I wanted to. Oh yeah, the Planet. Have you been there? Yeah. Yeah, we were there. Oh my gosh, it was wild how that happened. The ghost train kind of almost dragged people down to the center of the earth. And yeah, I think it was Dylan and Dessa. Those two ended up going down these gigantic, they look like just metal tubes that lead down to the center of the earth. And then it was just like a planet and a planet. It was wild. Is it normal to get dizzy when you dissociate, like wanting to throw up? Yeah.
We don't get that way very often, but we've also had time to level out our dissociation, and like, so it doesn't happen often anymore.
I know our friend, the Amplexus system, still gets like nauseous. That's like a thing with them, and it just always has been. And with us, yeah, sometimes. Not too frequently, but it sometimes does. Let's see, would you still like to move to Germany? Yes, we would.
Oh yeah.
It's just a matter of saving up at this point and getting better jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's definitely on our list of things to do, applying to better jobs.
Yeah, and we're kind of hoping that our crafting business takes off a bit too, because we are attempting to get on disability ourselves. We have a lot of nerve pain. We have dissociative issues that make it hard to drive to work sometimes. We've had to call out from work because of our dissociative issues. It has not been that fun, but we're hoping to get our crafting business off the ground so we can support ourselves and, you know, still contribute but not have to destroy our body in the process.
I'm just reading that one. We're actually, okay, so the comment that says they're completely separate and I don't know how to explain that you can be both trans and have d.i.d. Any advice? Oh my gosh, we're going to make a video about this. We're actually working on the scripting right now from all those questions for the those posts about you can ask us about our gender now. We're working on that actively. But let's see. I think it would be like saying that the body itself doesn't really fit the one who takes the most control of it. Like the body doesn't match up with the hosts and the central identities. Like, yeah, plus like, you know, the host can just be trans. And that's totally legit. People really get really nitpicky about like being trans and having d.i.d. But in our case it wasn't really that complicated. Most of us are guys, so it was kind of like a natural thing to do, and I was actually the one who was really behind getting us on testosterone.
Yeah.
Kind of badass.
And then for us, I mean, we're on the trans spectrum. We're under the umbrella because we're gender queer. So we're under the umbrella of being trans, and honestly, we didn't have a diagnosis when we got on testosterone, so we just kind of yoked ourselves into it. But now that we have our diagnosis, even our therapist is on board, and she just checks in every now and again and is like, hey, you know, how's it going? and it's great. But she's on maternity leave now, so we're out of therapy for 3 months, and we're gonna adventure and see how that goes.
We're gonna get on some waiting lists for some d.i.d. treatment centers in Portland. There's one called ISSTD. I do not know what that stands for, but it's a d.i.d. treatment center, and it's got lots of different kinds of therapies. So hopefully, we can get in on that.
What was the acronym?
ISSTD.
Something Severe Trauma Center.
Mm.
Or Severe Trauma something. I don't know.
Department.
Something like that. Can you both speak German? Very, very, very little over here. Very little. Like,
Ich kann ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen.
Like, wie heißt du? That's about all we retained from high school.
Hey, yeah, that's what they were trying to explain. That's perfect. Ooh, what's some things from the inner world that you would like to have in the outer world and the other way around?
I'd like to have my flavored... No, I can't say that on camera. Let's see. I honestly don't know. I kind of like the ability to not die in system. It's not a thing, but it's a thing. And then out here, I don't know, because I can create anything out here in system. Maybe not LGBT positive Chick-fil-A. That would be nice.
An LGBT positive Chick-fil-A.
I would love to try Chick-fil-A, but I do not eat there because of the stuff they support. So,
oh my god. Yeah.
I know that doesn't exactly answer your question, but
yeah. And for me, inner world, I think I'd like to have my motorcycle out here. That thing is the bomb. And outer world, probably like some video games, honestly. The video games in our world aren't that good. They're kind of like, you know, watered down, vague impressions of what video games out here are. So it's kind of like really knockoff kind of things that your brain just kind of throws together like Rick and Morty TV. And I'd rather have, like, you know, good games. How often do you switch in an average day?
like it depends on the day. Recently, it's only been like once or twice, but if we are having a good time or a bad time, I guess those are two interchangeable things. We could switch like up to 12 times a day. I don't know. And then there's rapid switching that happens sometimes, so it's just kind of, it depends.
Yeah. For us, ideally, it'd be like 4 to 5 switches a day, but it hasn't been a lot. Devin's been getting front locked, like, so bad.
Same with Mickey. Well,
Yeah.
Max. Mickey's going by Max now. So.
Yeah. Update some names, y'all. Mickey is now going by Max.
Yes.
Super great.
Because they were like, well, we're getting married next year, and I can legally change my name, so I should find a name that actually fits me. And so they're searching for a good name, and Max is definitely one of those.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite inner world video game is like, it's like Grand Theft Auto but with zombies. You go and like steal cars and you can hit the zombies. It's pretty great. That's basically the premise of the game. You kill zombies and drive fast cars.
Sorry guys, I've been fighting off a yawn for quite some time now, but it just had to come through.
I feel that. Oh, what's our dream job?
Working with horses. Like, honestly, just anything to do with horses for us. We miss them so much. We haven't been able to ride for over 2 years, and we're very sad. So.
Yeah. And I think ours, oh my gosh. Yeah, I think ours would still be art therapist. Yeah, being an art therapist would be awesome. Being able to help people with art is the coolest things. Do most alters agree on things like haircuts, hair colors, piercings, and tattoos?
Most. Sometimes, like Della had one time where she went and dyed the entire head black, and not very many people agreed with that.
And we had no problems until I think it was Nova dyed our hair red. That threw off a whole fronting balance because people view red as kind of like a scary color in parts of the system. So like that made people like weirded out.
Somebody asked if I've tried equine therapy. That's what I want to do with my life. Well, our life. But equine therapy is really expensive, and insurance generally does not cover it. So, no, we have not. Not personally. I wish. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we do still have a PO box. Totally do. That is in the description too. We usually just like copy paste like just the basic links and then like put whatever for each individual video at the top. So should be in the description.
And guys, check out our descriptions because sometimes we put important information in there. Like the last video had the information for this live stream, and we got a lot of comments on the community tab on when the live stream was. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we do put things in our description. We're not one of those channels that just leaves it blank.
or only copies and pastes the links.
Yeah.
We do post things in there. And sometimes they're pretty dank. How long have we known each other? 4 years?
No.
Longer than that.
Longer than that because our 4-year anniversary is going to be in October.
Right.
And we've known each other 6 months longer than that.
Wow.
No. 8 months longer than that.
Dang. We're going on 5 years of knowing each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is so cool. Time flies when you're dissociating through it. Let's see. What else? Do any of you play on a 3DS? Sometimes.
We both have one, but it's very rare that we bring them out. We should play on them more.
We should. We play a lot of Rune Factory.
How did you get to know each other? By hating each other.
It was this odd polyamory thing that Stacey trademark wanted us to do because, they were in a relationship with them, but then they started developing feels for us because they were just talking to us a lot, and then they were like, hey, how about this polyamory thing? Because they're polyamorous. But then it didn't start out very good.
It started out with us literally hating each other and competing for Stacey trademark's attention.
Yeah, it was wild. At first, yeah, I was like super competitive. We were just like, let's be the favored one because in our past that's always how you get people to love you.
And now that's not true.
Yes, I do.
But yeah, so as soon as Stacey trademark started lying, we started telling them. Stacey trademark started getting really grumpy at us for telling them things, and in that way we started to grow closer because we were both flabbergasted on why Stacey trademark would want that.
Yeah, it's like polyamory is about open communication and total honesty among all of the partners. So like, yeah.
We were doing our part.
We wanted to have open honesty, but Stacey trademark wanted us to not find out about things until they wanted us to, which is not how relationships should go. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how we got to know each other.
Yeah, we originally met Stacey trademark through the Living with Dissociative Identity Disorder Facebook group. We are not in that group anymore.
We got kicked out. That group scorned people for having like non-human alters.
Their management wasn't the best back in those days. That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it is nowadays.
I don't either.
We're not in it.
But the admins still, they kind of hated us. And we didn't really do anything wrong. We just kind of spoke out against things that we thought were not okay. And they were like, no, this is fine. So, I don't know.
Granted, Parsifal was a real dick to a couple of people, but like, that's in the past. And we've apologized. Yes. Let's see.
Just looking for through your comments, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to find which comments we were on. Do you think that
Okay.
describing a Switch using the idea of the Sims game is a good idea?
I mean, I feel like that's more of a god complex. But
How so? How so?
because you're sitting there and you're like looking above the Sims and you click on them and then you're controlling them rather than them controlling you.
But wouldn't that be like the altar doing that? Like an altar switching into the body?
I guess.
Yeah,
But it still feels like the opposite.
it does feel kind of opposite. It kind of feels like how it feels when like we look in our world rather than switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we look in our world and kind of like see what people are up to.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels more like in our experiences, at least. Oh, cool! You're drawing one of your altars. That's the bomb. Hand drawn like face claims are the best.
What video games do you play? A lot of horror games. We have Minecraft, Skyrim. I don't know if anybody's played Outlast 2, but that's if you have triggers around religion, don't watch it or don't play it. Goat Simulator.
We've been playing Goat Simulator, and oh my god, it's so funny.
If we can figure out how to screen capture on the PlayStation and video at the same time, we will definitely do like an Alters Try video games challenge type of thing. But I don't know how to do that currently.
Mm-hmm.
Goat Simulator's amazing. We only have the first 2 packs because it was free with PlayStation Plus. So we only have the first 2, but it's hilarious. I love it when you walk into people, or you just walk around with something, like they were walking around with an axe stuck to their tongue, and people were just screaming.
It was so funny. That game
Just
is
walking
hilarious.
around, and people were just screaming. It's
And you can be a
great.
giraffe. But yeah, we have Minecraft. We haven't played it in a hot second. I don't think we've hooked up, or yeah, we haven't hooked that one up to the internet yet. But we started working on our inner world map, building the mountains from the top down because they have to be tall enough. You know, you don't know how wide to make the base until you know how far up the mountain's gonna go. You know, so we've been being an absolute trash boat, just like slapping together mountains and that, and it has been so much fun.
I'm sorry, I still, we can't get over the fact that we're low-key famous. So people commenting, I was noticed low-key dying, like, we try to notice everybody, but it makes their hearts very warm when people love us like that.
We got actually recognized in public at a convention the other week.
Yeah, we were
It
at
was
Wizard
wild.
World and somebody came up to us and was like, I watch your channel, I don't have a system, but I love you guys. And we were like,
Yes.
we got recognized in public. That's
It's
crazy.
amazing. It's wild that we reach so many people.
First donation, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Honestly, every little bit helps. That could honestly buy us like 3 meals. Thank you so much. We would like to still use our Instagram. We plan to. We are using Instagram still. It's still logged into the phone, and we just haven't been posting lately because of our. We've been having this thing going on with our eyes where I think it's one specific altar has been censoring. When things pop up on our screen, like messages, like text messages especially, like we try to look down at the screen and it looks like someone just took a blur tool and was like, yeah, nope, we're just gonna scratch that out for you right there. And we're just like, that Pikachu emoji, like, why? So once we start working through these dissociative issues, we're gonna like slowly start making our comebacks onto social media, and yeah.
And then we also have our Instagram that we have been slowly using. We have like 5 posts on there, guys. But that's Kitso Arts, KITSOARTS. No capitals or anything, but yeah. There. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
So that's
Ducks are
our personal
appreciated.
Instagram that we've been putting art and things on. It does say we're basically using it for commissions, but you know, we're probably just gonna use that as a personal channel thing.
This one's asking, can you do a video or something similar about fictive, factives, and introjects? Yes.
Yes.
We're actually planning to do a collab with the Cosmic System. We have not forgotten, and we will never forget. I promise. We're not going to make...
My God,
Wait,
thank
that was
you
30.
so much. I don't know how much that
Wow.
is in US dollars, but thank you.
But oh my gosh, that is amazing. Thank you so much. But we will be making a video about fictives, factives, and introjects because we've been getting a lot more of those coming up too. And we'd like to tell you guys about our experiences, but we don't want to, like, you know, break a promise and make a video without somebody that we want to make a video with. So, like, once we get back into messaging people again, that's going to be on the top of the list. Because, yeah, we communicate through Instagram.
Okay, does anybody in your system experience allergies, and how do those symptoms appear externally? I'm allergic to mandarin oranges, and they make my throat itchy, but nobody else.
Yeah.
We don't have very many authors with allergies. We do have a water allergy, so if we take a bath or a shower, we get red splotches all over our body, but that's most of the system. There's like 4 authors that don't get that. So,
Mm-hmm.
And what about you guys?
Let's see. Well, we're allergic to sage. Sage. We're allergic to sage. You know, what you use to clear out negative energies and, like, evil and stuff. We're allergic to it. And also soy, which is in many a food these days. And alters have varying reactions to it, like varying severities. Like, I think Devin could, you know, eat something with sage in it. Like, you know, we ate some raviolis one time, and they had sage in it, demon. And, like, you know, our throat started, like, kind of tensing up a little bit. Like, our throat feels like it sort of closes up, but not a lot to be, like, you know, ER trip. Usually it just takes a Benadryl. But sometimes we'll feel, like, really weird and loopy about it and just, like, get dissociative. Oh my god. German food? Spatzel is our favorite. I mispronounced that so bad. Spätzle? I think it's Spätzle. It's the noodles.
Yeah.
Those are the bomb.
Okay. Let's see. Health system doesn't cover stuff they should. Everyone deserves all health care. Thank you. Thank you for the healthcare comment. Yes. The Spatzel.
Ja, das ist gut.
But the U.S. healthcare system is ridiculous. So thank you for that comment. I agree. You should tell them to stop it.
Stop it. Yes. How about doing live streams on Twitch where you play video games?
We
That'd be
don't
pretty
know.
fun.
We just don't know how to hook things up correctly. So we're going to go on Skillshare, and this is not sponsored, by the way. Not sponsored in any way.
No sponsorship.
But we're gonna go on Skillshare and look up how to dual video, so we can actually screen capture on the PlayStation and video, so we can, like, at least upload some videos, you know. Oh my god, thank you so much. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you.
We could go to the grocery store now.
We can go to the grocery store. I don't know how soon we will get the money off of YouTube. I think we get it soon, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty soon. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
Thank you guys so
Yo.
much. Like, it helps so much.
Want to send you something.
Surprise, we're back. Welcome back.
Surprise. Maybe a screen reader for reading messages might work? Maybe, actually. That might be good. $8? Yo!
Sadly,
You're so
YouTube takes
generous.
a lot of the money. We did show our Cash App. If anybody has Cash App and just wants to send, like, money that we can get immediately, we don't mind showing that. It's Mickey Acrylic. So, yeah. But I don't want to, like, spam that too much, just because, you know, we don't want to feel like we're begging.
Yeah, we hate asking for money. We honestly do, but We're so thankful for you guys.
Yeah, we're very thankful that anybody's donating anything, honestly. So, like, so thank you.
Oh, I forgot to respond to that one thing earlier about the Entitled d.i.d conference. We are so going to that one.
Yes,
That's
we are.
the one we're going to. We can drive to that.
We can drive to that. And we're also having the meetup here in Oregon, in Portland on, I think it's June 13th through the 15th, or it might be the 12th through the 14th. I don't remember. It's someday. We're having a meetup someday.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in June, and we're gonna have laser tag, Aetherian lessons, an educational talk. So yeah,
like meet and greets, a lot of good time. Yeah, YouTube takes 30%, but like that's like income tax for Oregon, so
yeah,
we're used to that.
24% out of our paycheck every time.
Cool.
So.
Oh, thanks for that reminder, reminding people who's fronting. That is so nice of you.
For real, thank you. Do you still use Aetherian? Do you...
so much. When we're alone in this apartment, like we almost exclusively speak to ourselves in Aetherian. Our cats respond sometimes to Aetherian commands.
We want you to teach us more Aetherian just in general. Maybe that could be a lesson book.
Ooh.
We could fill up lesson books. Dude.
Lesson books.
We could make lesson books.
Yo.
Don't get too excited because that might take a long time. I just wanted to get that idea out there.
You could print workbooks. You could just make a Word document and print them, and then.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You just turn the page this way, and then you have a line through the middle, and then you set your barriers so you can type, and then we can make homemade Aetherian workbooks. But again, that might take some time. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were actually, making kind of like workbook things for our ex in high school who wanted to learn Aetherian, but his heart wasn't in it. He just wanted to know all the dirty words because he's a whole video's worth of complaints. But we would love to do that again because, yeah, that'd be really good.
People keep commenting like, "Oh my God, $8, wow!" And I'm not sure if you're positive or negative. But
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. $8 it'll take you a good way at Winco, man.
Winco bulk foods, man. They are so good because you can buy less than £1, so it's less than the amount that it says it is, and then you're just like, yes. So.
Oh my God. Look at this one. My birthday's on the 10th of June, so I'm going to your meetup as a birthday present to myself.
Thank you.
Sweet. Oh my God.
In the next week or so, we will announce where it's going to be, like, officially. We're trying to find hotels that will let us use their conference room so we can hold at least 30 people, because so far on our Facebook event, only 30 people have responded, but we'll get a room big enough for a little more than 30 people.
Mm-hmm.
Just so, yeah. But then we'll try and talk to the hotel about, like, discounts and stuff for you guys, because I know staying in hotels sucks. But yeah. When is d.i.d. Awareness Day? I don't remember.
I'm gonna Google it. I feel like I should know this. I really want to say that it's not in October, no.
Do we have PayPal? Yes. Yes, we have PayPal.
d.i.d. Awareness.
And I can't remember what it's called.
It's March 5th. That's what it came up as on Google. Yo, it comes up on Google. Let me make this brightness less bad so you guys can see. d.i.d. Awareness Day, according to Google, is March 5th. That is wild. But February 23rd is System Pride Day. February 23rd is System Pride Day. There's like, just multiple days to be a system and be happy about it instead of being sad about it, because that's awesome.
Sorry, somebody asked for our PayPal, so I'm just going to post that in the comments.
Yeah, let's see. Geminis are dynamic, not two-faced. Hey, we're a Gemini. That's pretty great. See, if you guys are ever in Kansas for any reason, you should let people know. I'd love to meet up with you, but I don't have the money to go to Oregon. Oh yeah, we'll totally be posting things when we go out of state, because we're probably going to be going to Minnesota again.
Yeah.
Like within, probably, was it this summer or next summer?
It might be this summer. It depends on our money situation, but yeah. So I'm not ignoring you guys. I swear, I'm just looking at comments and figuring things out. So yeah. Okay. A lot of people like the lesson book idea.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
yeah, we're making sketchbooks, by the way. If in case you wondered why I keep showing this.
They made that.
Yeah, we made it. It's tea stained pages. Let me hold on. Let me show you the stack of tea stained pages we have, and the covers we currently have on the yeah.
They were up late into the night with paper in the oven. It was awesome.
Okay, so we have a bunch of paper.
This who's fronting K and Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a bunch of paper.
It's so cool.
It doesn't smell as much like pretzels as the owl book does. Probably because we use like lemon something.
Essential oils?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. And then the covers for the books are fabric. So we can make them a bunch of different ways. We have some elastic, and we put some ribbon on it. And then we, just different fabric. So please put me on a waiting list for the lesson books.
Yes.
We will leave our email down in the description too. So if you guys really want that type of stuff, you can just email us. It'll be great. But yeah, so you guys wanted some ASMR with the old pages, so.
They're so nice. Our like space heater is like going on and off. Sometimes that happens. It's super random. But one, I, Liberty, am also an Aquarius. But yeah. Where was that? There was a comment. Oh yeah. What do you think about licorice?
I like red licorice. I do not like black licorice. I just wanted to show you guys some of the fabric patterns we have. I'm sorry, I'm really excited about these books. So, but we have nice plaid pattern. We have some bees that I showed you on the other cover. It came out really nice. We have pink virtual space stuff. Galaxy, that's what it's called. And then we have rainbow fabric as well. So like we have a lot of supplies, so we will be definitely putting out books soon. It'll be great. Red licorice is fake. You know what? You're fake.
I forget who it is over here, but someone really likes black licorice, and a lot of us are just indifferent about it. We don't actively hate it, but we don't like seek it out. But red licorice is good.
Oh my gosh, people are sending us things through PayPal. Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh
It's going to buy us groceries. It's going to get us to and from work. Like that is the reason why we're having this, is because the next 2 weeks are going to be pretty tight. Because we can make rent and we can pay bills, but we cannot make it to work, which is important for paying future bills.
You need to make it to work so that you can pay those bills. And it's hard to do that when you can't afford your gas. But now we can afford our gas, so we love you all.
Tutorial on making books. I can totally do that for you guys.
Yes.
I know some people can't buy, because things come up, but we, still want to share the love. So we'll totally show you how to make the books that we do. So yeah. Talking about adulting scares me. It scares me too.
It gets weird. You start getting hyped up about buying things like a different brand of paper towels. You're just like, I need to go furniture shopping one of these days.
You get excited about floor cleaner. We have this almond smelling floor cleaner that we absolutely love.
It's all natural. We bought it at Target.
Can we send you fabric or yarn? Honestly, the nice cotton fabric that they use for quilting, we love that stuff. That stuff is perfect for almost everything. So yes you can. Also, I just wanted to show you guys.
So craft closet.
We have a lot of stuff. Um,
And fake fur.
yes. We have a lot of craft projects that we never finish.
When you dissociative, it's great. But at the same time, that means you're just very well versed. Oh yeah, I did want to like go back to that one comment. Like, what are the positives of having d.i.d? Is you pick up so many small skills. Like you can make books, you can make dragon scale gloves, you can
Ride horses.
you can change the oil in our car.
we
Lots of
can we can
things.
change tires. We can fix brakes on cars. Let's see, what other crafty things can we do? We can build
So many
lizard
things.
tanks. We literally sadness. Our lizard Connie passed away because Mage stole her out of the tank, but we made her tank. We made a background for her tank that is like, I don't know, it's like styrofoam, but it has dirt on it, and then it has a log, and we can put live plants in it, and so that's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like just oh, not the
Yeah,
lizard.
Hi, by the way.
Yeah, our Rick is still alive, guys. Rick is still alive,
We have
but
one lizard.
Connie didn't make it, sadly.
Yeah, oh my gosh. We really want to meet as many people as we can at the Entitled In conference. Like, that is
Yes.
going to be awesome. Like, we're not, like, speakers there because, you know, we totally missed out on that because we were, like...
That ship just sailed.
Yeah, we were too busy, like, having panic attacks over Josh to be on social media. So we unfortunately missed out on that, but that gives us plenty of room to...
Lizard Rick, people remember.
Yes. Plenty
Sorry.
of room to, you know, hang out with people and, like, not have things to do, I guess.
And our meetup will be coming to Australia. I don't know when, but if we get to the point where we are stable enough, we'd like to.
Yeah, we would love to. There are a bunch of cool people in Australia we would love to meet.
Sorry, I'm reading comments again.
Same. And let's see. What's high in Aetherian? Let's see. A casual one, you would just say ne. Like, it'd be like N with then an E with a tilde kind of over. Not a tilde, an accent over it. And that serves as like a really casual, like a hey, what's up? Like, ne, man, what's up? And yeah, that's like casual. Let's see. It's sad that I remember Lizard Rick, but not Stacey trademark. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, she actually had a video on this channel.
She had a few. She kind of started this channel.
So many years ago.
Yeah, it was really cringy and really bad. We had Cassie, who was like 4 or 5 at the time, saying hi really hyperly, and it was just like really cringy. That was a voice crack. I'm sorry.
Squeak. It's really great seeing all these voice cracks going down. Let's see. Will Devin's mom be in another video someday? She was awesome to watch. She totally will. Yeah, our mom is awesome. We just don't get to like physically see her very much these days because she lives about 5 hours away from us at this point, which is weird. Another crazy thing about being an adult is your parents are like gone.
Will you make
Pretty
system
great.
flag sketchbooks? They will probably be special order because we'd have to sew fabric together to do that. But we are willing to do that. We have 2 sewing machines. But they would definitely be more because there's more work that has to be put in them.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not put it past us.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for someone who is about to graduate high school and isn't coping well with having to adult? You don't have to adult alone. you can totally get roommates, and especially if they're like someone you're very close to and know very well, that's awesome. Bonus points if it's your significant other who you haven't been able to live with before. That's always great. But if you want to like get the F out of your family's house, like you can get roommates and have it be less of a alone thing there. It's the pet a wallaby, yes.
Do you have
Wallaby's
any
good.
favorite items that you enjoy knitting or crocheting? Some of the scarves you have made are so beautiful. We like the dragon scale gloves. Currently our hands are in like this weird, I don't know, we're getting nerve pain from our elbows to like here, so we have a couple of commissions that are on hold currently, and we're sad because we actually enjoy making those. You know, they're fun. So yeah, we like the dragon scale gloves though. They're really fun. What about you?
I think the patchwork scarves where we have like a bunch of like tiny balls of yarn that we just like throw into a bag and we can just like, oh wait, I think I might have missed. Oh yeah, your comments. I haven't seen those. Wait, there we go. Goodbye in Aetherian. There we go. Yeah, sorry, comments are like popping up real quick here.
Yeah, as we get more popular, we may miss more of the comments. We do try to scroll through, which is why I'm like looking, but yeah.
Oh yeah, those are the ones that got that mystery box. Oh, the hand broke in that one, and I still feel really bad for that.
Oh no.
We should have put bubble wrap on it, but I don't think we had any bubble wrap.
The hand?
Yeah, that hand statue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really sorry that broke. Yes. I need to... Okay, what is goodbye in Aetherian? There are a couple different ones. Trying to think, you know, what do you say? Like the bye or the goodbye or the farewell, you know?
Sorry, I'm just posting that again because people asked again. So I swear I'm not spamming the comments with our PayPal. I'm just letting people click on it. I don't know how to pin it, so.
I'm just thinking about the vernacular that people that use Aetherian. People do not say goodbye a lot. It's more of a see you later, like a retard, and then you just leave. We're not ones for long goodbyes. We're ones for brief goodbyes and then just like getting on with life. Let's see. What else?
Can some of the
Rip
fabrics
the
be
lizard.
knitted?
Absolutely
Yes.
rip lizard.
Sorry, we were talking at the same time. Somebody asked if some of the fabrics can be knitted, and honestly, yeah, like, we don't generally use those for the sketchbooks, but we make stuffed animals, so.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Someone asked, does everyone in the ether system consider the body's family? No. No, we do not. Some people are just like, this isn't even my family. Why do I have to be here? Why do I have to tolerate this people? Like, we have to go over to Dad's house after this live stream and talk about taxes with him. So I'm just going to be sitting there like, bro, I'm pretending to be your child. Like, guy. Oh, it's weird. How do you guys feel about showing littles on camera? Like, how do we feel about it?
We feel like it's something that should be less stigmatized.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand the dangers of showing littles on camera, but at the same time, we are here to educate you guys on our lives and the life of, you know, alters, and part of our system is littles, so, yeah. We're up to date.
Neat. Love your hair and your cats. Rip the lizard. Same. Let's see. Right there, comments. Cool. What are our favorite colors?
Purple.
Vaporwave. Like that, but really that chrome shiny that's kind of a rainbow. I like that. Let's see, our sister? We consider our sister the most family out of anything. Yeah, sometimes we get people who are just like really confused about her, but then we've got other people who are just like, yeah, another sister. Yes, holographic, that one.
He just commented, it's really cringy because of my voice crack.
Really?
Love you
hilarious.
guys.
Oh my god. Need advice on how to live on. Let's see. Just knowing that adulting, you might get excited to buy a mop. What a mood. It is good to be back, guys. Yeah, it's been weird to not front and like not be around because the whole fronting balance has been super unbalanced. Oh, advice for new young systems. Let's see. Don't try to discover too much of your system too fast because your brain, as you are aging, it will literally start unlocking memories like automatically on its own. And to push that sometimes will hurt. It could get bad. So if you try to like discover, like dig too deep down into traumas when you're younger, it could create more lashback. So just practice a lot of self-care when it comes to system stuff and be very gentle on your stuff. Like system, be gentle on your system.
Here, let's just go down because these are questions we haven't gotten to yet. Would your littles ever show their drawings? I know my littles would love to see that, but no pressure. Yes, our littles would love to show their drawings.
Yeah. Oh my god, Bianca's drawings. They're kind of scary, but then Anne's drawings are really cool.
What do you think of YouTube systems from other countries? We love them. They are
Yes.
great. We try to follow as many d.i.d. YouTubers as we can, including the smaller guys. We recently followed somebody who only had like 50 subscribers, and I wish I remembered who it was so I could like insert their name, you know, because we like to have the little guys followed. And then
Oh yeah,
just showing this again.
Kay and Liberty. Because surprisingly, we haven't switched yet, which
Not
is
yet.
pretty solid.
I mean, I'm getting Ashley, but that's just because we had kind of have the same vernacular.
A little bit, yeah.
Not sure it'd help at all, but putting magnets in my knit crochet gloves really helped my mom and I.
Magnets.
Magnets?
That's interesting.
For what? Oh, the nerve pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's interesting. I should try that.
Let's see.
Make stuffed animals.
Gonna be honest, at least 10 littles just perked up at the words of make stuffed animals. Yes.
We make stuffed animals as in we sew them. We don't crochet them.
We do not know how to make those on like yarn.
Yeah. And I would offer to take commissions for those, but we are behind on our other commissions, and I feel guilty for not getting to those first. So, so I don't think we'll like put out commissions, but we'll definitely like put out things as we make them.
Let's see. Let me address that one for the young system.
Do the littles like stuffed animals you guys knit? Like I said, we only sew them, but yes. So we made an elephant. I don't know where it is right now, but we made an elephant with no eyes. We forgot to put the eyes in before we stuffed it. And everybody and their mom says it's creepy, but their system loves it.
It doesn't have a face, so it's more comforting. No eyes is a comforting thing, in our opinion. We literally discovered a caretaker altar, and her only facial feature is eyebrows. She has nothing else. It's like blank. But she's sweet.
Do you not even consider your little sister family?
Oh, I addressed that one. I said yeah.
Oh,
and then
I'm sorry.
The new one.
Sorry, dissociation.
Mood. Yeah, there we go. How do you all cope with surfacing memories? Is it easier now that you live together?
I sit in bed and I stare at the ceiling. I mean, it's kind of the same that we've been going through. We just kind of have more tools in our toolbox to process trauma memories. So, I don't know if it's easier with you guys here. I think it's like the same for us at least.
Yeah.
It's like the same. It's nice to have support though.
Yeah. I probably have to say the same thing. It's pretty similar to how it used to be. But we've been uncovering worse and worse and worse. So it's been getting very interesting, but it's very nice to have someone to support you, to like forcefully remind you to eat and take your medicine. So it's great.
Yes. Are you going to read all the comments after the live stream? We're reading them now.
We'll do the best that we can to get to the ones that we missed. Yeah, we will.
And I'm sorry for all my voice cracks. When I said we're reading them now, I didn't mean that in a sarcastic tone or a skeptical tone. I just voice cracked.
Your voice autopilots into some weird tones, and that's just what happens when you're like in the beginning stages of taking testosterone. It gets fun.
It's more like our voice has settled, and now that I'm fronting for the first time in a while, like it's not used to how I speak, and so it just kind of like yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any good PTSD online communities? Not really.
I don't know. I don't personally know any.
Yeah, not personally.
But our therapist said that there's a big community in Portland of d.i.d. people.
Oh.
What?
This is like PTSD online.
But everybody with d.i.d. has PTSD. So it's a good community to, you know. But yeah. So I'm not sure where the online forums would be.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
Are you planning any more Alters Try videos with spicy foods or sour foods? I always look back to the video when Liberty had been given the Tabasco chocolate. Oh my gosh, that was a good time.
That was
we should do that
great.
again. And
Yes.
We are great with sour foods. We peel and eat lemons as if they were oranges. It is no problem. We love sour. It is great.
And we're also doing the Bean Boozled because the Littles nominated Liberty and Ashley.
So I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it for the vine and for the children.
Do you trigger each other unintentionally sometimes? Yeah, occasionally. We always like talk about it and why it's like a trigger for us, and then we try to avoid doing it again or bringing it up a different way. So, like, even though we trigger each other, we always talk it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, circle system. I saw your recent video. Same.
Make major decisions when your communication is almost non-existent, and how do I deal with doubting d.i.d. again? Communication is an interesting topic because communication can come in many different forms. When you're very first, like, trying to get your communication down, I encourage you to keep a journal and to write questions in it and leave it somewhere you can see and nobody will miss. Because then alters have the option to write down and respond. Not all alters will, and not all alters are comfortable with that, but, you know, it's a way to help with that. And then doubting d.i.d. If you're doubting you have d.i.d., you probably have d.i.d.
People who don't have d.i.d. wouldn't be doubtful. They'd know that they didn't have it. But if you're just like, oh god, am I faking? That's how you know that you're legit.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Anthony Padilha interviewing systems for his channel? We just hope that he, like, takes caution, you know, because it's very sensitive. It's a very sensitive topic. I just accidentally scrolled down. Okay.
People talking about Ozzy. Oh my god.
Yeah, somebody was asking about the hero pirate cowboy.
He's amazing. Let's see. He's on his boat right now, going south to try to figure out what that triangular continent is. He hasn't been able to really see it clearly, but he's like in the waters around there.
Can couples find enough time to spend with each other in the outer world? We're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. Like, sometimes there are spots where, like, they don't see each other for a hot second because, you know, we just have a lot of alters and people get stuck. But we have, like, a list of, like, couples, and we always, like, try to go off of that and try to see if, like, whoever wants to spend time with their significant other is around. And usually that works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Our doctor said to sleep with our eyebrows splinted.
Elbows.
Oh.
Dyslexia strikes again.
We're hella dyslexic. Oh, okay.
Elbows splinted.
That's interesting.
Maybe that's for nerve pain. That might help.
Yeah, do you know how the Southern Pirate is doing? I forgot his name. That's
Our cowboy pirate leader. Oh my god, that is beautiful. He is doing good. Nice. Let's see. Oh my gosh, cool. I'm trying to talk my partner system and another system friend of mine into coming with me to meet you all.
That would be amazing.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, honestly. And we do want you to let us know on Facebook so we can prepare, because if we do have to buy food or anything like that, we want to know how many people are going to be there.
Yeah, we don't get enough of the good stuff.
Yeah, so we need to know so we can know.
And how many relationships are between the systems? I'm going to pull up the list and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think it's like 24 last time we checked.
I think that's 20? No, there's got to be more than that. I feel like it's like 24-ish. I agree. Yeah, so like 24-ish.
What were signs that you were a system before you were self-aware? Losing time, staring at walls, not paying attention to things, losing myself, trying to understand the question that our high school continuously asked, who am I?
Let's see. For us, we would always heavily dissociate whenever we listened to music. You know, those things, blurting out things. Should I tell them the story?
You can tell them the story. I think we have it somewhere on the channel, but it's always good to tell again.
I posted this, that was like 2 years ago anyway. So, the story about one of the stories, we should have figured out there was something wrong, is we had our grandparents visit us. They were doing some, you know, craft where you melt white chocolate in the microwave and then, like, put it on pretzels or whatever. And the chocolate looked like it had bubbled up. And to us, we were like an 8-year-old. We were like, oh, it was probably, you know, one of those dried bubbles of chocolate. You could poke it, it'd be cool, like toasted marshmallow. No, it was burning. It burned our finger pretty bad. So, of course, to, like, you know, someone who's already way up in that dissociative mess would be dissociating further, we had our hand in a cup of ice water, and we were watching Dr. Dolittle. This was the scene where the tiger jumped up on the table at the end, and you can see that tiger is not neutered. And Marco, he was, you know, he's got the same humor as our dad. He wanted to make a joke. He was like, look at the nards on that thing. And in that moment, our grandparents weren't there. They didn't exist. We had forgotten about them entirely. And then Mom was like, what did you say? Because she used to be way stricter. And then we were just like, sorry, I forgot Grandma and Grandpa were here. Like, I forgot. We thought it was, like, totally normal to just forget chunks like that and just blurt out things you didn't even think that were your words. But sometimes they do be like that.
Do you guys have any advice on how to talk to your therapist about d.i.d, OSDD? I have therapy next week and don't know how to explain that. I think I have OSDD or something. For us, just we kind of, like, with our old therapist, we brought up dissociation and how we would lose time sometimes. And then if, like, they were interested or thought that was important, like, we'd go on in detail. And, like, that's kind of how we talk to our friends, too. And so, like, our friend literally pointed out that we had d.i.d, which is great. It wasn't a therapist, it was a friend, and then we were like, oh. And so, yeah, thanks, friend, for doing that. But yeah, so just talking about your dissociation, and if you have any time loss or lapse, you know, things like that, just go ahead and talk about that.
The pug head is a desk fan cozy. It's covering a desk fan. Let's see. Do you have any cat alters? If so, do they get along with your outer world cats? We have a cat. It's very strange. It doesn't front very often, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's interacted with a cat before.
I don't think so.
It's got this weird, like, really warped meow that it turns out it was trying to speak, but it was just on, like, a different frequency. So, possible talking cat alter, but we need to go and find it in our world again because no one knows where the cat went.
For the sketchbook, can specific fabrics be asked for? We're going to go ahead and just make pre-made ones first, and then after we get a good few out, then we'll start taking commissions, because then at least, you can have some sketchbooks, and it's not first come, first serve. It is not just like we're obsessed with making the commissions. We're actually making things that, anybody can get. So, yes, eventually.
Mm-hmm. See, we already read that one about the spicy or sour foods. We could do a sour challenge.
Oh
That
my
would be
god, we would
fun.
die.
You would die. We would just be like, yeah.
How did you reach a decision on taking tea or not? Mickey, for about 2.5 years, or sorry, Max. Mickey's going by Max now, and we're still getting used to it. For about 2.5 years, was like, maybe I should go on testosterone. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. I don't know what I want to do with my life. And all of us over here, we kind of just want Max to feel comfortable, because like that's it's just something you want for your host. And so we were like, "You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it." And so kind of all of us just pushed them to getting to the doctor and doing it. So we didn't really make a decision. We more like forced Max to get on it in a way, but in the good way, not in the like weird way where you just force somebody to do something they don't want. Max wanted this and is very happy that we that we did it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a big inspiration for us for starting our own channel and helping us feel more comfortable as a system. There aren't many other large systems online. It was comforting to see. I'm glad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird realizing how few very large systems there are, and like people get weird about that stuff online. Like we got an ask on Tumblr like, sorry to be that guy, but it's hard to believe this, even though I have OSDD1D myself, and I was just like, bro, we didn't ask to have this many alters.
Yeah, no.
Like it wasn't a sudden thing like bam, there's 150. It was like, we started out with 3.
Any tips for moving out of a house? I'm trying to leave ASAP, but can't work at the moment because I'm disabled. I don't know how fast you'll be able to get out, but definitely get on disability if you can manage that.
Mm-hmm.
And look for Section 8 housing. Their lists are long, but again, it's very inconvenient how the poor in our community and the disabled in our community have to wait so long to get into proper housing, get proper medical care, get on disability. You have to fight disability like 8 times before they'll put you on disability and believe you. Even if you have doctors saying that yes, you're disabled and can't work, like it's ridiculous. But yeah, Section 8 housing, and get on some disability, and like try to find like crafty things that you can do to make some extra money on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry I don't have any other advice for you besides that. Maybe find a roommate you can move in with for the time being.
Roommates are lifesavers, unless they're Josh.
I keep dissociating and forgetting this is live.
Just d.i.d thing. Absolute mood. Yeah. That was the one I said say, man. Ooh, but I sent the Ether System some pink yarn. Could they make a tarot bag or something? I don't see many pink things on your Etsy, and it's my favorite color. Absolutely.
We have pink yarn. You don't have to send us any. Honestly, we have so much yarn. We have so much yarn. So we do have pink yarn, and totally, we will definitely do that.
Pink
That'd
tote
be
bag. Can
great.
do.
Yeah.
But if there's something you want, like a specific something made out of a specific yarn, you could just send us the yarn and a little note like, "Hey, I would like this,"
Hmm.
and I'd be like, "Yeah."
And we discount people for sending us their yarn too.
Hmm.
Like if you say want a pair of dragon scale gloves, which are $25, and you send us the skein of yarn you want or two skeins or whatever, we'll give them to you for $15. You know, things like that.
Hmm.
But yeah.
New vines. Yes.
Case fronting. Oh, thank you for the updates, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Shout out at Sophie Palmer Duran for being like. You're so on top of updating people about who's fronting. That is so nice.
I wonder. Can I? Yes. Okay. You're now mod because thank you.
You deserve it.
Cool. We're getting more Instagram followers. If you didn't see it the first time, we are starting to use our personal Instagram a little bit more. We're a little spacey when it comes to social media, which is why we're never on social media. We typically like to do things here and make things and get excited about things like the meetup. So that's kind of what we like to do for this channel, is to plan cool things rather than being on social media, but we're trying. We're trying to be more on social media. So okay.
Can you have d.i.d. but not switch?
I mean, yeah.
You could go through periods of not switching, but like,
Switching is kind of like d.i.d. though.
yeah, like you would have switched at like one point or another if you do have d.i.d. Like you might not remember it like from the past, but yeah, you could definitely go through like lots of times for not, or lots of periods of not switching. Exhibit A, our hosts getting their butts front locked for like weeks.
Our Etsy is posted down in the description below.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a. Let me grab it for you guys because I know the picture on Etsy isn't super clear. But I just want to show off the set that we made because it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't know where the other glove is, but we do have both gloves.
It probably just fell further into that bin.
Probably. Let's see. Okay. So we have... this is posted on our Etsy, by the way, if anybody wants to snag it.
Is it on Etsy?
Yeah. We posted it. Oh, that's not the right way. This is the right way. There we go. It's like a HUD. It's a little HUD. So if you guys want to buy the set, it's on Etsy.
Yeah.
It's a little cheaper.
Hit my knuckle.
It's a little cheaper than some of our other things because it has an extra scale here, so we figured we'd discount it for the weird accident that happened while making it. So if you guys really want to buy that, it's also sparkly. I know you can't really see it very well, but it is sparkly.
Sparkly, the bomb.
So yeah, go ahead and look on our Etsy. Right now, we're not taking commissions for Dragon Scale stuff. We're just kind of making it as it comes because we're currently working on catching up on the commissions we already have. So any new commissions is just going to have to wait for a little bit. But yeah.
What do you think of parts work? I think that's where you like work with alters individually rather than trying to just like therapist at the host. And I think that's a much better approach for people with d.i.d. is working with individual alters rather than like just the host. I feel like that's like way too often done in therapy. Like you only address the main personality in someone with dissociative disorders, but that's not how it should be treated in therapy because you have people like Xavier who go to my intensive outpatient and intentionally throw a wrench in their treatment plan. Thanks. But yeah, people with alters should be treated as groups of people in therapy.
Mm-hmm. Are there any alter that has little or no say on major decisions? Alters that don't want any say on them or make dangerous decisions. We don't have any specifics in mind because most of our alters are pretty set on like keeping us safe. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there aren't alters that we say like no to in specific. We like to take pretty much everyone's opinions like into consideration whenever we're doing stuff.
Ninja's posted a video of faking or not. We haven't watched that one, but we're hesitant to talk on that because you you shouldn't just assume, and even if you do see signs of faking, like that person could have other mental disabilities. So like we personally don't feel comfortable speaking on that topic.
Yeah, and like we know of some like really really nice systems who have just been like torn to shreds on social media because people are accusing them of faking when like we spoke to them a couple of times and it's like they're clearly not faking. So it's really frustrating because some of that could get a bit misused, and also you're not totally up on camera when you do that.
My bad. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to stay off of camera. But
Yeah, we want to watch Nin's new video though.
yeah.
We really like her style in that one. We saw the thumbnail and we're scrolling by, but then we were like, oh snap, it's time to stream. So we can do that later.
What do you both do for work? I work, well, not me, but we, this system works at U-Haul as a reservation manager. We manage reservations there. We take phone calls, complaints. We tell people what prices they're going to pay, and then we can tell customers to get lost if they start screaming at us, and we can hang up on them. So that's why we love our job.
It's great. We work at Target again. We just applied to a different Target, and it's like, you know, it's pretty good. It's a bigger one, but it's also like a different kind of work than the other one that we worked at.
Did somebody somebody bought them? Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad you like this. So thank you for buying it. It is now off our Etsy.
It has been sold. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
all. You're wonderful.
And somebody bought the fuzzy hat that we made.
Yeah, that one's super soft. You guys are gonna love that.
Anyway, back to the comments.
Let's see. Hope Ether can get back into school. Yeah, we'll be getting back into school.
Okay.
We're just taking a break because also like one of the other art majors passed away and most of the art professors are getting fired and there's a new president of the school and the school is going from a college to a university. So we're just like, yeah, it's wild. It's wild at school. So we're taking a little breather. Kate and Liberty. I remember note cards.
Your hair is gorgeous. Thank you. Sean did it. Sean in our system does their hair.
Yeah, thank you. And it's like freshly, we bleached the side again. So it's pretty awesome. Everyone thinks that we look like, I don't know, some wild mythical creature or something. Because we get so many weird looks at work. Customers are just like, oh my god. And I get kids looking at the facial piercings and it's like, I'm just here to put their clothes away, guys. It's great.
How could I explain to people that while the host may not be disabled, alters might be? For example, we have an alter who is deaf. I can't remember what it's called. What is that called?
Somatic?
Yeah. That can be a somatic thing with alters, and so they experience it in system, so it comes out, out here. So if they know about your d.i.d, then you can just let them know that all alters are different. They're their own people.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, a quick thing. College versus university. Colleges are usually smaller, more tight-knit things that are like, more focused on kind of the arts and like individuality and really like fostering an individual kind of care, while universities feel more like factories. Like you see like OSU and it's just like, 20,000 students just like cramming into those halls and just getting a generalized lecture. Like, we're not about that. We're about talking to people and genuine connection. So we wanted to go to a college, not a university.
Do you feel better on tea now? How did it help? Yes. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's kind of comfy on it. We have a good voice range, so it makes the male alters feel more at home. And also the female alters are feminine enough that, like, I mean, we have a feminine body still, so, like, we're comfortable enough in the body. So it kind of helped level us out. It's exactly what we wanted. Want to read that one?
What's the weirdest favorite animal someone in your system has? Weirdest favorite animal?
Let's see. Gosh, there's some weird ones out there, and I just can't think of the specific one right now.
Kinder likes eels.
Yeah, she does. Kinder likes eels.
Eels are so cute.
We had a loach, and Kinder was all over that. Loaches look like eels. They're very skinny. They're wiggly little boys. They look like eels.
Good fish.
Let's see. It's the weirdest though. Let's see.
I think ours would have to be spiders.
Maybe a platypus.
Platypus? They're pretty awesome though.
They are pretty awesome, but it's strange for somebody to have that as a favorite animal.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
The short hair is bomb.
Thank you.
Love from Berlin. Thanks.
God. And yeah, our little Bianca, her favorite animal is spiders. In the inner world, she has one that's about yay big. The body is solidly the size of like a football, and she carries it around like a normal little would carry around a teddy bear. She
Sorry.
loves that thing.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What were you gonna say?
Okay, sorry for ducking off of camera. I know some people are triggered by smoking and we vape, so and just throughout this we've been kind of like ducking and vaping. And you want some?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like using that to cut down on the smoking again because Josh drove us back to cigarettes. There isn't enough we can thank him for. Oh my god.
How tall are the bodies? 5'5.5".
And we're like 5'8". We're like 5'8". Usually we wear tall shoes too, so that adds like a tiny bit. So we're like average heights.
Okay.
Oh yeah. At the Fallen. Yeah, totally. We'll check out your new video. We'll subscribe to you. Yeah, just comment on something like after the live stream is over so that we can like really see your username real quick and we can just subscribe right there.
And then sorry if we don't get to your questions. This is like we're getting so many comments and it's just crazy. Sometimes we'll just have to skip to where we're at now. But we're trying, I promise.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color? Purple.
And ours was like holographic. Yeah. So a lot of people will say like, gray or whatever because it's like technically not a color or a shade. If you look at the technicalities, black and white, they're not colors, they're shades. Like people will like throw that at you. But then what's gray then? It's a shade of a shade. What are you gonna do? It's great.
What is your Etsy? It is in our description. I think it's Aetherian Crafts.
Yeah.
So yeah, check us out. I think we got new stuff up, don't we?
Yeah, we put up paintings. They're inner world paintings that we've been meaning to put up for a hot second. They're now up. So if you guys want some gorgeous paintings of places in their inner world, those are totally on Etsy.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, we got Twitter. Ours is just the Ether system. And we do have a channel one, but I keep forgetting how to like log back into that. We forget that password a lot. So we just kind of stick off our Ether system one.
Can you remember what happened before switching? Generally, yes, but sometimes there's like amnesia barriers, so it just kind of depends on who's out before you.
Yeah. Let's see. Name bracelets made from beads. Yeah. We were thinking, we used to kind of have bracelets for altars, but that would have been a lot of bracelets to make nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Us.
Someone's gonna try to save up for the shadow in our world painting. Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you for liking our paintings. It's been a while since we did those. Like, we did those like 3 years ago, but man, they like, I'm so glad people like them.
They're still gorgeous. Oh, right. Someone asked like a hot second ago how we came up with our system names.
We generally paint with acrylic paints, and I think one of the littles was like, we chase things. We chase our dreams, so we're acrylic chasers because, like, that's part of our dream is painting. So
That's cool. Yeah, and ours is just it's an element in the inner world. Ether is a fifth element that attaches to specific altars. There's different colors, different strengths. Not everyone has it. And we were going to make a whole video about that. And that's probably going to be like 20 minutes long, but it's really cool and it's pretty complex. And yeah, another element.
What are some of the grounding methods that work best for you? Grabbing our cat.
Cats. Cats are great.
We like to draw. We've been drawing these. I'm gonna just grab one that we finished.
Yeah.
We've been drawing interesting things. Also, if you guys want a really nice channel to listen to for art stuff that it sounds just as peaceful as Bob Ross, check out Peter Draws. He is amazing.
Like the Bob Ross of drawing.
But like putting lines down on paper, it's pretty great. Oh.
That Mary Jane, absolutely it does. Depending on the type, though. Depending on the type, some do not help you ground. Some does. Hey, they watch Peter Draws.
Yes, I love Peter Draws. Peter Draws is like, he helps me fall asleep with his podcasts. If we could draw some of these, would you guys want to buy them on Etsy? Because we would totally send these out for like $10, you know, just so you can have some cool lines to dissociate into. Like, that's helping in itself, you know?
Mm-hmm. See, how do I get my doctor prescribed weed and how does it help you? Oh, wait, we should get back to these. Yeah, so we can go in order.
Okay.
Let's see. That one.
I think we just scrolled up a little bit because we missed a few.
Oh yeah, some of my altars are planning on going deep in our world soon. Any advice on how to avoid triggers? If you're going deep in our world, things might get pretty scary. So have altars go as a group together. Sending like someone alone might get a little bit like overwhelming for that altar. So try to have like, you know, a protector, like a couple of ANPs, and like maybe like a caretaker or altar who's really good at calming, because you don't know what you're gonna find in the inner world always, and it could be traumatized parts, and having someone who could help them is very good.
Okay, so somebody just asked for a shout out, and we love to do those. So, shout out to Brittany Barzy.
Shout out.
Please, my name. Malik
Demirtas?
Demirtas. Yes.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it sounds cool that way.
Kay, did you cut Liberty's hair too? No. I don't think so. Did I?
I think it was Sean. I think Sean did it.
Yeah, Sean is our barber in our system. Cuts our own hair because we don't trust barbers after... It was such a bad time. We were in high school and our stepmom's niece wanted to cut our hair. We wanted the emo bang style, kind of like what we have now. And she cut it like right here. She cut it right there, and then this just stuck up like alfalfa. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Mm. Shout out to Sugar Cookie too. They've been giving a lot of good questions. A lot of good questions from them. And also this one question that we keep missing. Do you have any advice for going to school when you're too scared and too dissociated? But tell your bang story first.
I just said it.
Oh, you did.
It just stuck up like alfalfa. It was bad.
I just like dissociated for a hot second there. That was good.
You're good.
We've just been dissociating, but fast already. Yeah, but that one, I know they asked that a couple of times. Any advice for going to school when you're too scared and too dissociated? Yeah, try your best to switch in those situations. That's like when you kind of would like call out to your alters and be like, guys, this is serious. We need someone who can handle this. And like try to work with some internal communication if you can. And what's another good tip?
Bring a journal with you.
Yes.
Like, if you need something to take your mind off of what's going on, you can just put some words down on paper.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I don't have very many because when we were in high school, in school in general, Mickey didn't really go to class, or Max didn't really go to classes, and just let us do it. So it was kind of just like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Do you have any advice for having to be around the people who gave you PTSD? I have to go to school every day with the girl who caused mine, and her mom is also a teacher, so I'm always around my two worst triggers. Oof. That is really rough.
I don't know. Make sure you have your phone on you and kind of just like ignore them. I'm not sure.
I'd say try to have grounding things on hand, like ways to ground yourself and focus not on them. And like if you can't escape them, or if you can't escape them, do. Like if there's any other place that you could be and it's okay for you to be there, like get the math out of there, man. Like,
get the math out of there. Liberty 2020.
yeah, but like try to keep grounded as well as you can and practice a lot of self-care when you're not around them so you can be as refreshed as you can for yeah, it sounds like you have to be with them in school, so yeah. School's not forever. You can do this.
Maybe if you have many commissions and little money, you should make them more expensive. Okay, but our fan base doesn't have a lot of money either, so we like to keep that in mind when we're making our, crocheted, knitted, and made goods. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We try to keep things on the less expensive side of the DIY because, yeah, we like to keep our fans in mind. We love you guys, and we don't want to overcharge or, pull things out of your pocket. So,
Let's see.
I'm gonna skip some of them.
Yeah, because we already did that college versus university one. Yeah. Questions? Oh, I would just really like some help. It was about knowing your altar's parts' names. My boyfriend has been recently diagnosed with d.i.d. Was that the one about like the having a lot of altars? Because I saw part of that, but then the comments were just like, so I was like, there it goes. But if it was about knowing all of our altars' names, we do know everybody's names. And how do we do that? I think it was like, how do you know when there's so many altars? They're all pretty distinct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some water.
Go for it. When our altar's front and it's like a newer altar, so generally speaking, we don't find names of altars before they front. They kind of front and then they let us know their name. and we add those names to our list, or we'll leave a notebook out and alters can just write down their name and, at their leisure. So I don't know, that's kind of just how we personally go about knowing our alters. Oh yeah. What about you guys? After you're done drinking water.
So yeah, we have kind of like some ongoing lists, like just a big list in our notes of everybody's names, and we kind of just add to them as they get discovered. Then we also have a PowerPoint thing with one slide for each altar, and we haven't really put the pictures on all of them, but there's like a name and like a few bullet points for characteristics that we can remember, and yeah.
My boyfriend doesn't know his alters names. Yeah, so we started out really not knowing anybody but Ashley, and we left a notebook out so when alters would front, they would write down their own name. So there would be no need for Max to go, I don't know who that is. I wonder what their name is, and try to ask. It more like being able to write down and let the host be self-aware. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any alters whose names you find difficult to pronounce?
We have over there for us anyway. We still cannot pronounce his name.
You
correctly.
cannot pronounce Varur's name.
Varur. I almost did it.
Almost. You're the closest that I've heard yet. Varur.
Most people are like Varur.
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 Poor guy.
But none that we personally can't pronounce.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are triggered by any form of smoking. That is why we try to go off camera, like bend down or whatever. It looks kind of weird, but we trying to keep you guys in mind.
Hashtag thick boy is best boy. Oh my god.
Do you have Twitter so we can tag a video of yours onto our d.i.d awareness thread?
Oh yeah.
I believe we do.
Oh no, they already got it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I told her earlier. It's just
Okay.
the Ether system on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. Think we've managed these questions for a while.
Yeah. Is there a different food in the inner world? A lot of people are definitely more hunters than out here. Like, most people will go and, go out to the woods and find a deer and slay the deer and skin and, the dragon hybrids can unhinge their jaws and swallow the deer whole, and that's kind of what happens a lot of the time. So people just eat raw deer a lot, and it's wild.
Okay. Yeah, take those drawings and clear coat them onto a wood back, make it way easier to mount as wall art. It's very true. But we were thinking of getting some of those paper frames that you kind of like open and you put it in, and it has those square fold things on the edges, and you just close it and you kind of like seal that. I'm thinking of doing that with these because they're very interesting, and every time you look at them, there's something different. Mm-hmm. So, if I could get a shout out to... we already got that one. Okay.
We didn't get Finn Chapman, though. Shout out to Finn.
Anything you have a weird love for? Pickles.
Knives. We collect knives. We always have since we were like 8 years old. We've got a collection. It's now including swords. It's amazing.
How's your hair done, inner world? My hair kind of looks like this. I don't know. I dye my hair like blue and purple all the time, so This definitely has some blue tones in it, and I like it.
Yeah, mine is just like, sort of like this, little bit longer on the sides. It's not like so much as like shaved long. It's kind of tapered, all blonde. But yeah, just blonde white dude haircut. It's pretty great.
Everybody wants to give Hollow things.
Yes. Oh yeah, Hollow would love a blue knife. Everybody, like, Hollow was the one who almost insisted that we get a knife shaped like a train. Hollow deserves all the things. Oh my god, so precious. He recently upgraded from a blue box to a blue shelf in our wardrobe thingy. That we're totally gonna do a little bit or a video about that in addition to all the things he took for over the summer. There's so many new blue things we need to show you guys.
Okay, where was I? Oh, this was a question about opposing groups. How do you deal with at least 2 opposing groups inside your system, such as pro-LGBT and homophobic?
Whoa.
You try to keep them apart, and personally, we try to make sure that people like that are not fronting around each other. We don't really have anything homophobic per se, but we do have Christians who highly disapprove with our way of life. And so we kind of have to keep certain people away from the front when that happens, so not to start arguments. And that includes being co-conscious with them.
Oh my god. I'm just thinking about some of the interactions between Abraham and Vera.
Oh my god, no.
Abraham is like a Catholic extremist, and Vera is, well, Vera. So, they do not go well together, and yeah, it's wild.
Do you guys make sewing patches? Not yet, but that would be cool.
Sewing patches like what you sew onto vests, because we make some of those.
Oh, cool.
And we made a System Pride ribbon one at one point, so we want to like try to make a couple of those and maybe put those up. Vera is a freaking hoot. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. If I sent some of my art, would it be appreciated? I'm not trying to seem rude. I just don't want to send stuff if it's only going to be put in a box and forgotten about, because I've had that happen before. We hang stuff up on walls. We have plenty of wall space, so yes, it will be very appreciated.
We want to have like, I want to make a little segment of the wall where we just put all the art that we get from followers, because we've got some, like that one sent those like really cool mandalas, and then I know Hollow put that one in his shop. So yeah, even hung up there. Yeah, we love it when people send us art, and we've been wanting to respond to everybody who's like tagged us in their art on Instagram, but reading on screen sometimes is painful.
Do you mind when some people only know you because you have d.i.d?
It's like that person that saw us at the conference. Like if people know about us because we have d.i.d, that means they learned more about d.i.d. So like that's okay by me.
Yeah, same here.
Mm-hmm.
Sean can make money cutting hair. Yes, but you need a license in the U.S., and we do not have a license for that.
Oh man.
You need a business license to do that. So
that's interesting. Yeah. America and its licenses. There's so many. The pug face. It's just a mask. It's just a pug mask, and it's covering up a desk fan that's not currently in use. Oh yeah, subsystems.
We're gonna make a video on that. So we do have experience with that, but I'd rather save a lot of that talk for the video that we're gonna be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're scripting it and everything, and we researched it, and we're gonna even put links in that. It's awesome.
Thank you. I am a huge stoner, so I'm always chill. when I'm not intoxicated in one way or another, I'm a little more hyped up, and it's a little concerning to people who haven't seen me that way before. So Thank you for saying that I'm chill though. I'm glad.
Ring system. Throw some. Let's see. Norwegian surname. That's cool.
Thick boy is best boy.
Thick boy is the best boy. He's wonderful. I don't know where he is right now. I think he's up on the top bunk because we still have a bunk bed here, and it's radical. Advice for if you feel like you're going to switch, but you need to maintain the front for like class or something.
Finding grinding. Finding grounding objects for the certain person that's out. If it was me, gosh, what would I?
Probably play Eminem.
Yeah.
Play music.
For me, Eminem is like my favorite artist. I sound like I'm from New York. New York, I'm walking here. I'm sorry, but yeah, Eminem is definitely grounding for me. So, but yeah, so finding things that people are definitely attached to, so they can, you know, have a larger holding out here. Do y'all have a favorite lip balm flavor? I think I don't know specific flavor, but the Burt's Bees lip shimmer, the tinted lip shimmer, those are our favorite. But I don't know necessarily a flavor.
Yeah, I don't really remember a lot of flavors of that. I think we just like the beeswax kind that you can kind of like tell that it's made out of beeswax. Like the beeswax flavored. Yeah.
Pickles. Knives.
Yes. Our culture.
Put those together and you got some snack time for pickles and knives. Will we vlog the meetup? We will film parts of the meetup and definitely share those with the channel.
Yeah. We want to definitely get some like group shots of people like, I don't know, cheering or like high-fiving or something awesome. It'll be great.
Okay.
Alwa's gonna have a blue shed soon. Honestly. Let's see. We're learning German. Do all of us speak it or only a few? Most of us do, but not as well as others. Like Parsifal is not as good at German as others are. It's really funny. Some people have trouble with the accents.
Our protector just had a child to a new is it like becoming a parent to a new child? It's becoming more and more distant from the system. What should we do? Let them become distant for a while. Let them focus on their own inner world things, and when they're ready, they'll come back around.
Mm-hmm.
Altars are altars. They can't escape their fate.
True that. Yeah, sometimes altars like take a big step back and don't front for months at a time, but we come back around.
Yeah.
Does Hollow have a favorite animal? The jellyfish. His favorite animal is a jellyfish.
Do you have system members that attempt to sabotage the system's progress? Personally, no. Not unless they disagree with what's going on. So, like, our old therapist, who would just stare at us for like 3 minutes before saying anything, several of us sabotaged that. We just plain stopped going. So, yes. Yes, they do get sabotaged. But only in those types of situations. But I don't know about you guys.
We've been being continuously sabotaged. What do you think the visual thing is like when we can't read messages? That's sabotage right there. Oh man. Yeah, then Xavier was sabotaging intensive outpatient and also some friendships. And so did Parsifal. He sabotaged things. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nova, yeah, he's still causing trouble. Is the visual thing better now? Not yet. We're working on it. It's like, think of like 100%, it's at like 85 now. So it's getting better. It's not good enough to do anything with, but better.
Okay. Do you have, or sorry, before that one, you guys planning to visit Europe at some point? Yes.
Absolutely.
We're definitely visiting Germany. I'm not sure where else we want to go because I know Europe is like a bunch of countries within 30 minutes of each other.
Go so many places.
So we may go to a lot of different countries, but that's going to be further in the future when we have more funding. But yeah, we definitely. Do you have anything planned for Valentine's Day? No, not really. We might do another live stream. I know a couple of years ago, either last year or the year before, Alexander did a live stream. But we don't really have anything super planned. We'd like to go on like a date or something.
I'm sorry that comes. Yes, come to Berlin. We are gay and stoned all the time.
I'll fit right in.
Yes. Oh my god.
So will you.
Absolutely. It's our home. Found our home.
A pickle crossed by a knife on a t-shirt pocket. That could be one for Redbubble.
Yes. Pickles. Knives.
And nobody will understand unless they saw this live stream.
Yes.
Thank you for whoever appointed Sophia Palmer Dorian. That was us. You guys just continuously are keeping up on updating people, and so we feel like you deserve a step up. So, thank you.
Thank you for all the updates.
Random, but does Hollow like Voltage Mountain Dew? It's blue flavored.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he's ever seen it. Probably. He probably would if he ever saw it. He would just be like, if not, if he wouldn't drink it, he'd just hold it for an extensive amount of time, which would be adorable.
How did you learn German?
Oh, just through college. We took a couple of classes. We had a really good professor. She was great. What inspired you guys to start your channel?
Honestly, Stacey Trademark really wanted to make money, and we just wanted to educate people. So we were like, okay, we'll do this, but we're not gonna like ask for a whole lot until we get a bigger following, and then once we get to that point, you know, like we make crafts and stuff for the channel and things like that. So like it's not just doing it for money. We're still educating you guys, but we still enjoy, you know, making educational content. So
we like to do that thing, talking about the things that nobody else likes to talk about, talking about those weird topics that don't get a lot of light, like.
Of course, Stacey Trademark wanted money. Yeah,
for real. Like,
it's pronounced Doran, not Dorian. I'm sorry, I messed that up a couple of times.
Pronunciation is weird when you know like multiple languages.
Is the jellyfish blue?
Depending on the lighting.
Is Nova still causing trouble?
Oh yeah, he is. Oh yeah.
Disting. I don't know. I've never checked them out.
I think we're subscribed. No? I don't know if we're subscribed to them or not. I think we are. I feel like we are. But we've definitely seen them around. And once we have more like free time to watch videos again, I think they're actually on our watch later list. That's where they are. They're on our watch later list. Yes, we have.
We stand Nova in this house.
Yes.
Do you ever just stone out for a while and stare while thinking of nothing? I don't have d.i.d, but I've realized I do dissociate. Learn to live with it, though. Don't remember not doing it. Yeah, we zone out.
Absolutely.
Constantly. Like, we don't remember half of the time that we drive at all. Who was that?
Oh, that was our one friend who's on the stream, too. He's got a text being like, yeah, Stacey's a bitch. Absolutely, she is. Oh my god.
Oh my heck, when Ethel comes around, that is an accent change, let me tell you. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, she's got such an accent change.
He.
I said he.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you said she.
No.
Yeah, Ethel's a dude. just so everybody knows, Ethel is a dude. But yeah, he has like a Russian-y, definitely European accent somewhere. Is Russia in here? No.
Russian's European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like a European accent, but it's not like, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, D.I.S. Ding also talks about their RA background. Yo, I could use some sources about that. Thanks for mentioning that, actually. Now I'm gonna really watch their channel.
Duran.
Caterpillars. How do you cope with accepting your trauma is valid? Like, I was traumatized by something that most people would consider an extreme breakup, but it still affects me over a year later. And, ugh.
Trauma is trauma. I mean, people can drown from a tablespoon of water, and then people can also drown in a lake. Like, your trauma is not invalid just because it's smaller than somebody else's. Everybody experiences it differently. So.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever doubt your trauma, or what memories? Or general memories? Sort of.
Occasionally, but for them it'd probably be more prominent. But for us, like, we got confirmation from our father that our trauma happened, so we don't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We used to doubt it sometimes, but then we realized that it was actually a thing. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to answer that question or not.
Ours is like some pretty extreme trauma, and like, yeah, one of our main abuser there is dead, so we can't get the confirmation from him. And like, we do have some doubts here and there, but then alters who know a lot of the trauma and stuff, like Xavier, for example, will just be like, dude, no, this is real. Like, this is obviously there. Like, this wouldn't exist in the system if this thing hadn't happened, dude. Like, what are you thinking? And it's been a lot of that lately. A lot of that lately. But our system internally kind of just tells people to shut up when they start doubting.
I pay money for Aetherian lessons.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
We'd love to. We just need to get more organized.
Yeah, and less self-conscious, because we feel super self-conscious about speaking it in front of any other living beings, like, at all. Just because of how it's been treated in the past. Thanks at our exes. But yeah.
And we are at the end. Do you ever tell people about your trauma? Not to be rude in any way. It depends on the person and how comfortable we are for them. I don't know that we'll ever speak about our trauma on this channel. If we do, it might be like the episode thing where you have to pay like $5 to view it, because
we're not doing that for free.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we have memories of when we were split, man.
Yeah, it's sensitive topic to talk about trauma, so we definitely talk about it with people we trust, but not that often.
Mm-hmm. And I think someone asked earlier, how do you deal with fear when uncovering new altars? That one got swiped by accident. But yeah, fear of new altars. Do you have that? And how do you deal with that?
We don't really have we didn't have a fear of new altars until Saint came along and abandoned ship. Saint literally ran off with our car and left them thinking that we had gone AWOL. So I don't know. We don't really have like a fear of new altars, but we're scared that altars are gonna do things when they first get out, because they're, I don't know, they're not used to it out here, and I don't know how we deal with that. We just kind of like try to open our communication lines again. So I don't really have any tips for it, but that's how we deal with it.
Yeah. I think it comes from like a fear of having too many altars. I think that might have been what that comment might have been too, because I've encountered that in other people, other systems as well. people are afraid of getting too many altars or having too big of a system. And it's like, that's something you can't yourself control. You can't control how many altars that you have. And for anyone else to accuse you of being able to control that is not cool because, yeah, you literally can't control how your brain fragmented. So more altars does never equal less validity.
How do you handle seeing your family when they cause trauma? For us, we kind of keep conversation light. We try to talk about things we know won't upset anybody or bring up any iffy topics. For our brother, who is our abuser, we avoid him at all costs.
Not Josh, the other one.
Yeah, Jesse. We avoid him, and we don't try to engage with him, but if that's not possible, we kind of focus on the other people that are around us. So, for us anyway. But now we told our family that we aren't going to, any family meetups with Jesse. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you? How do you handle being around your dad?
Oh man, basically I just pull an Ultra Liberty and just, yep, totally guy. I just pretend to listen to most of what he says, even though it's negativity and criticism about our lifestyle and choices and what he thinks we should be doing and what we don't want to do with our life that he's trying to force upon us. So I basically just pull that smile and nod, boys, and just get through that. And that's been effective for about 22 years. So I'd say that's it's not even healthy. That's not a coping mechanism. Dang it. We try to get altars around that can kind of match the wavelengths of these people. Like Marco used to be around a lot with Dad because he was very similar to him and they got along really well. So if you have enough system communication, kind of trying to match the vibe until you can get the F out of there. That's good. Just try to minimize damage, I suppose.
And yes, it's still Liberty. I think you were just talking about yourself in third person.
Did I?
Yeah. You said you pulled an Ultra Liberty.
Yeah.
That's why people were asking. Right. Okay. Do you have anywhere we can ask more questions after the stream if we have more? You can always go into our we'll make a community thread. We'll make in our community tab. You go onto our YouTube channel and you scroll over and click community. We'll make a tab so you can ask questions there.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll answer what we can. We don't get notifications for those for some reason, which makes me really worried.
Why, YouTube?
But we'll definitely try to answer your questions there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go about telling a therapist or psychiatrist that you are traumatized by something and you think you have PTSD?
Let's see. You could... Let's see.
I don't know, we just yeet right into it.
Pretty much.
We just kind of go, okay, well, this happened when I was younger, and, I don't know, we've kind of hit the point where we've stopped caring. Not, stopped caring about therapy, but stopped caring about, what other people are gonna think about it. So we just kind of, throw it out there and see what our therapist does, because we're kind of tired of hiding things.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And what pronouns do you both identify with?
She for here. Somebody's asking.
Oh yeah, and he, him. Most of us are he, him. Only they, them if you're referring to the collective or if someone non-binary is out.
Mm-hmm. And for most of us it's they, them, unless otherwise stated. But me personally, I am a lady. If you can call me that. Is it weird looking for a face claim or overall drawing your inner world self?
No. That's like normal to us at this point. Why would it be weird? Like, to us at this point, with having so many altars, half of our camera roll is pictures of people who aren't us. Half of our camera roll is like uh, pictures that we found on Google Images or things like close enough to things that we could edit and make into face claims. And yeah.
For us, we just kind of like scroll and our alters enjoy it. It's not weird for us. Let's see. How's Fenrir doing?
He's doing good. He's doing really good. He is helping with some of the littles that we discovered in the inner world. He's been helping those the children in the cave. He's been one of the ones delivering like the supplies and stuff.
Was Aetherian natural or constructed?
Was it innate or did someone document it? Altars in our system know non-Earth languages, but they can't speak them in the in the real world. We want to dock it so they can. Actually, Devin started making the language Aetherian when we were in about 8th grade, I think. Started out with like making little alphabets of just languages like J.R.R. Tolkien, because we thought he was just the coolest thing ever. We were like, hey, we should make a language too. And then we started out, making it. We thought about the structure. It would be like, sentences backwards to forwards. And then we forgot about it for a couple years, and it resurfaced again with about 4 different dialects in the inner world.
Sometimes minor things can cause a split, and I don't know why they split or what their system role is. Any advice? Again, just like asking them, I suppose.
Yeah, kind of getting to know them and letting them develop, because they could gain roles. Altars don't always have roles, but they can get them, or their roles can change. I don't even know what my role is at this point. It's been so many things.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head out. My boyfriend wants to play Minecraft. Can I get a shout out before I leave? Shout out to Crybaby Fan 226.
Yeah, they asked lots of great questions. Thanks for all your stuff, all your questions.
Somebody asked how you can, I don't know where it went, but how you know who's sabotaging your system.
How do you know, who the one is that is sabotaging? Kind of trying to figure out, what these altars' characteristics are. For example, the one that we think is doing the visual thing, his, I think pronouns are he, him. Yeah, his name is Void, and he's got about a strip of static over his eyes. And it creates a very similar kind of feeling as what we're experiencing when we look at the screen. So we think there's a connection there. If it's not inherently him, then he probably has some details on it. He's not given up yet.
Any tips for partner system chaos? Communication.
It's so hard. Even we're bad at it sometimes, and yeah, we go through points of where we'll sit in silence for a hot second, but a lot of times it's just us collecting our thoughts. Don't be afraid of taking a pause to collect your thoughts and stuff. We're all human here.
And be honest with each other. If an altar does something that isn't necessarily great, generally speaking, at least with us, our systems are understanding and we are open and honest with each other. So whenever something does happen, it's not a giant deal, because we've, within at least 2 days, we always tell each other, something, whatever happened,
Mm-hmm.
So communication is the biggest thing, and just be honest with each other.
I can't communicate if they don't answer. Oh, right, you're getting ghosted still. Jeez, dude. They're still ghosting? Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you guys ghosted us, yeah, we would drag our butt down to your place and be like, what's up? How's it going? Have you switched and not told anyone that you've switched? So much. So many times. I can't tell the times we've done that. So
not on this stream, but definitely in person.
Mm-hmm. Have you found any altars on the second planet? I know that one's been asked before. Um, we think, or like the one in the middle of the Earth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of altars on that. We think Void is there. We think no, Phoenix isn't there. Phoenix is in the west. There's some littles there. We found one in the bottom of a pool. We found this robotic dragon. I think Xavier's been hanging out there. All of his family. There's a lot. Yeah.
I just found out I'm 90 days sober today. Can y'all make a video about d.i.d. and addiction, because I know it's common, and to have d.i.d. and substance issues? Yes. Also, if anybody has not seen it, check out our Why You Don't Want d.i.d. video, because we go over a lot of good information, and I think most of those topics we touched on we're going to make full videos of. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check that out.
Mm-hmm. I know Darby made one about alcoholism, but not like addiction itself. Though I would like to make a video about that, because
Heck yeah.
we're addicted to things, and we'd like to make that less stigmatized. That would be lovely. Yeah, addiction has a lot of stigma, and people don't see a lot of things that are addictions as addictions, like self-harm, and like we need to like crack down on that, break that stigma.
How could I explain to my teachers why there's different handwriting in my book? Honestly, even Max has different handwriting than themselves. Like, they'll be writing, and one sentence will look completely different from the other, and that's not just, like, alters, that's just Max in general. Max's handwriting. So you should just, show what while you're writing or something, I don't know.
You could say that you're trying out different writing styles, because some people like to change their method of writing. Like I knew some guy in high school who was all like, I don't like the way that I write, so I'm gonna change how I write. And you could just say something like that, or just be like, I just like to make my words look different some days because I really like how this looks versus that. Or different subjects even.
Liberty is low-key addicted to knives.
Perhaps.
Let's see. What time is it where you are? It's getting late here in Germany. I'll have to go soon. It is 2:30.
It's 2:30. Yeah, 2:30 p.m. Oh wow, we've been going for 2.5 hours on this.
Yes.
Dang.
We have like 15 minutes left, guys. All right. Let's see. Do everyone in y'all's system get together to watch a show or movie? We love watching Korean historical dramas. We watch horror movies together.
Yeah, lots of horror movies. Rob Zombie horror movies are probably our favorite, and that'll get like the most crowding of altars, like watching the front, like, oh my god, Rob Zombie.
Also, on that note, we are going to have a movie night with our meetup. So if you guys have movie suggestions, you can put those down below, but I think we decided on a movie.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Is it okay for altars not to have a set role? Sometimes that makes us feel invalid that some of us don't have one. I myself don't have a set system role. You are totally fine.
Oh yeah, like my role is anxiety, which is why I'm always high. It helps calm me down so I can just like not be anxious all the time, but that's like my role. But I know other people in our system, like, I don't know, Kinder was trying to figure out what her role was, and so it's kind of like, you don't have to have a role to help your system. You can just be here, and being here helps all you can be ear to listen to, so it's good.
True that. The meetup is in June. I think it's the second weekend in June, and we would love to see you. That'd be so freaking cool.
Heck yeah.
Like, anybody. Like, the more the merrier. That would be awesome.
What stigma about d.i.d. bothers you the most?
That we're fake. Like, really. Like that we're just delusional kids in our imaginations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. We're not just imagining things. It's obviously all in our heads because that's our perception of the world. Like, where would our perception of the world be? Our hands? My gosh. Yeah. And also that you can't have a lot of altars, or more than 20-something altars, like people apparently think.
Mm-hmm. I don't like when people think that we're the same person, but we're just different versions of the same person. It's like, in a sense, you're right, but at the same time, you're not, because one person can absolutely adore, say, horses, and one person could absolutely hate horses and want nothing to do with them and gets kicked. Ashley. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I just feel like the stigma on not, I don't know, being the same person but different. I don't know.
Yeah, just like same person but just a different side. So it's like still host but just different host slightly. When it's like, no, dude, you're talking to an entirely different entity.
Yeah. Liberty, your role is Fine Lord.
Yes, I will accept that.
When is the meetup? If we can go, I'll cry.
Oh yeah. Where at? Portland, Oregon.
Yes,
Yeah.
within the next week, we'll have a hotel for you guys to look at. That we're going to just try to have the conference. Well, it's kind of a conference at this point.
Mini conference.
Mini
Just a tiny
conference.
little
We're gonna try to
conference.
use their conference room in a hotel here in Portland. We're gonna try to stay near the airport so you can take the Max line to whatever hotel, and then we're gonna go to laser tag. You just moved back to Portland? Yeah, we're having the meetup in June. Check out our Facebook event. You don't have to have Facebook to view it. So go ahead and take a look at that.
I love that. Thanks for the stream and all the videos, guys. I'd love to meet you too, but nothing will get me in Trump's America right now. Keep them European fans updated, Kay. We totally get that.
I don't blame you.
We don't blame you at all.
Don't blame you whatsoever.
Not at all. And don't worry, I think this meetup thing is gonna be like not a one-time thing. We're definitely gonna do something like this again.
We want to do it annually, and I think second week in June might work for pretty much everybody because that's when high school gets out. That's when college generally gets out. You know, it gives you plenty of time in advance at the beginning of the year to plan for a vacation, anything like that. So, yeah.
I want to check how much battery this tablet has. I just didn't realize. Haven't checked that. Oh, 23%. Okay.
Yay.
Well, we're going to be good. Awesome.
Okay. I'm very accepting and love it when littles are around. I will, of course, protect whomever fronts, whether in the comments or on stream.
So kind of you. Thank you.
Yes.
Do you struggle with English because you speak Aetherian? I speak my own language in my mind, and it makes me have dyslexia-like symptoms. So much. So much. We will screw up our word order so bad in so many times because Aetherian is like backwards in comparison to English, and also the accents will bleed through onto a lot of people, and sometimes we'll have like accents.
Different versions of the same person, OSDD1A.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, d.i.d. in particular, that's one of the stigmas that people just say, oh, you're just the same person, but you're slightly different. It's like having a retail voice, and it's like, no. No, it's not.
It's like there's work me, and then there's sporty me, and then there's hanging with the girls me.
It's like,
like,
no.
like from United States of Terror, if you guys remember that scene. Oh my god. That was terrible. That.
What day are you planning? We are planning second weekend in June, Friday through Sunday.
Yeah, Friday through Sunday, so it'll be on a weekend.
Mm-hmm. I live in upstate New York, so it would be across the country. We understand if you can't come because you're distant. We do appreciate people who are coming that are distant. I think we have somebody from Europe coming to our meetup, which is amazing.
I can't believe someone would want to see us that badly.
But we no pressures at all if you actually like want to come but can't. Like you're totally fine. We are going to video at least the educational talk portion of it, so you guys can see it and ask questions and things like that. We probably won't live stream it because we can't view the questions while we're doing an educational talk. So we'll definitely have somebody film it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll all be posted just to the channel too. So like, if you can't make it, you won't miss out on all the good stuff that we'll be saying there.
Wish I could go. I'm in the south, so I can't. But I hope it goes amazingly. What spot? We don't have a necessarily a spot yet, but it's definitely going to be by the PDX airport because that's kind of where we live. Just in general. Can there be multiple altars with the same role, like 2 physical protectors? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The reason why we're split so much now is because altars couldn't handle the completeness of their roles, so they needed to spread it out over a few altars.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no shame in having 2 altars with the same role.
Yeah, we have a lot of altars with the same roles, and altars that are like basically reflections of other altars who have very similar roles to that. So like totally, it's totally okay for that. So all right,
so we're gonna wrap this up here. Again, we are going to be selling some books. We have new stuff on Etsy. If you guys want to donate, we'll put our PayPal and Cash App in the description below. Just if you want to, don't feel, pressured to. We're not beggars, I promise. But yeah, so thank you all so much.
Yo, oh my gosh, I only live like 30 minutes away. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you all for watching.
And yeah, just check out all our links in the description because everything is good and updated at this point. Thank you all for being a goblin. If you want to continue being a goblin, just stay subscribed. If you want notifications for things that we post in our community tab to ask questions on, thanks for knives and pickles. Turn your notifications on, otherwise you won't know when we post in our community tab. We love you all, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you guys. We'll see you all in the next video.